Please introduce yourself with your first, last name, where you're located, and the name of your business.
Hey, Javanka. Hey, everyone. I'm Simon Severino. I'm the founder and CEO of Strategy Sprints. We help founders and entrepreneurs accelerate sales, and happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So, accelerating sales. Tell me more about that.
Many people right now, they look at their pipeline and they go, it's not full. And then there is some people that look at their pipeline and go, well, it's full, but not with the right people. They don't have the budget. They don't have. They're not the right fit. And so these are serious problems because if you run a business and your pipeline runs dry, that's the main risk. The main risk is a dry pipeline. The second biggest risk is you burning out. And so it's a hard problem. And my mission is to be here. That's why I'm a coach and I have a team of coaches and we support 24/7. We're like Jarvis to the Iron Man, right? The entrepreneurs are Iron Man and we are their Jarvis. And they say, oh my God, Simon, what should I do? Should I send this email or that email? How do I get that deal back on track? And then we're here to support.
Absolutely. So, as an entrepreneur myself and a real estate agent here in Texas, I am very aware about pipeline, leads, referrals, and if they stop, business stops. So, what strategy are you using or do you use in order to keep your clients on track or have them to focus on?
So at Strategy Sprints, it's 22 years that we coach. So meanwhile, we have 274 strategies that work.
Okay.
And depending on what they do, if it's a low ticket item or a high ticket item, if they're depending on which industry they are, we pull those blueprints for them and those swipe copies for them. One thing that every listener probably has in common is the pricing question. How much can I charge? How much should I charge? What's the right price to charge for my offer? And that's why I've put together a little guide of 28 things that people can do. And I'm happy to share it afterwards. 28 things that people can do this week to increase their pricing power. Pricing power means you can charge 25% more for your current offer and your clients say happily yes.
Mm.
They say thank you. But they wouldn't if you don't have pricing power. If you just increase your price by 25% without increasing pricing power and value, well, then they just go away. But if you increase pricing power, that means that you're creating more value or helping them solve more problems. And there are 28 very specific things that people can do to do
So,
that.
Simon, are you finding that people are elevating or increasing the price and not increasing the value?
Most people are not. So intuitively, most people think that they have to lower the price,
Mhm,
which is
mhm.
not the right strategy because now you're competing in a downward spiral. If you win that, you are toast. You don't have any profitability, no margins. So you definitely don't want to lower your prices. In Actually, most people should increase their prices. But
Mm,
before you increase them, you should refine those 28 things so
okay.
that you create actually more value, you decrease the risk for the buyer, and you think from the buyer's perspective, what is it exactly that they need right now? And when you just refine those things, you can actually charge more and they will say, thank you.
Yeah, you know, and what's interesting is I've actually been having this topic with a lot of business friends and a lot of entrepreneurs is that they fear raising their price, that they're going to lose customers. So how can businesses charge more without losing their customers or clients?
Yeah, the quick answer, we just have a few minutes. The quick answer is you have to create more value. So you either help them decrease costs,
Okay.
decrease friction in their workflow, decrease the number of people that they need to do something, decrease the number of tasks that they need to do something. The, or you increase the value for them, you increase the stickiness, like, oh my god, no, I would miss this so much. For example, Netflix. I have 3 kids, all 3 kids watch Netflix. If Netflix increases their price by 25%, I'm happy to pay more. They can increase by 75%. My kids are happy, I'm happy.
Yes,
The
yes.
value is tremendous, tremendous. And I can read a book when they watch Netflix. So I would pay 5 times more. That's the value that Netflix, and they know it exactly. And so they are increasing their price and they're not losing customers.
Absolutely.
So the prerequisite is that you think about the buyer, what do they exactly need right now? And in the example of Netflix, they are doing those 28 things very specifically. This is one of the teams that we learned this from. They obsess about what are people doing, what are they clicking, which thumbnails do they like, which colors of the thumbnails do they like more, do they like 3 people on a thumbnail or 1 person on a thumbnail, do they like 5 words or 2 words, and they are continuously observing these things, noticing these things, and improving the product accordingly.
And that is a great point. And I'm not plugging Netflix and they're not paying us anything, but I tell you, they've raised the price at least 5 times since I bought it. And I still don't know how much I pay. That is the value.
Because the value is 10x, right? Yes, yes.
And so that's a good point to make for our audience that is watching. It is about the value, and maybe some individuals will be more like myself, won't care because again, it's servicing us in the right way. So passing that on back to you, Simon, that is a great example for businesses, definitely.
Today, one of my kids said, Papa, I'm playing so much chess on my iPad. Can I upgrade here and pay $10 a month? And I said immediately, yes.
Mhm.
I mean, $10 a month for my kid to play more chess in their free time. Of course, my God,
Yes.
that's an amazing thing to do in your free time. So yes, of course. Would I pay more for Kindle? Oh yes, of course. So if we do those 28 things and I've put them together, people can watch them, can implement them. It's 28 steps. I put them together as 28 slides so that they can really implement this afterwards. If we do our homework, improve a little bit the value and improve how we package the offer, you guys can actually charge more and people will happily say yes.
Yeah, I really like that. I think that as I can relate, being the podcast co-host, I can only imagine how many of the audience or the individuals that are watching this it is clicking to them, because I believe, as I mentioned before, there's so much fear in raising the price that you lose a customer. But it reminds me of that very familiar saying, quality over quantity, right? And if you have great quality and great value in it, most people will pay for the increase in price, or they may not ever notice. So as you have becoming the founder of Strategy Sprints, and you're noticing all these different things, and you actually giving this information back to entrepreneurs, business owners, tell me about your vision and all of this.
So I get energy from helping people. I'm a people's person. And so it's 22 years that I coach entrepreneurs for this reason. Like this is where I get my energy from. So my vision is to do this another 20 years and to enjoy the journey, helping more people, helping in more time zones, because I'm teaching now. The Strategy Sprints method has become a certification. There is a book out there in English, came out in China this year, will come out in Russia next year. So I'm adding time zones and adding coaches. This is how I can help more people. And my vision is that in 20 years, even more people have better sales processes, because when they come back home and they have better sales processes, they're better moms, they're better fathers, they're better husbands, they're better friends, they're better people to be around because they're relaxed, they don't think about work anymore, and they're more fun to be around. So that's my little contribution.
Absolutely. I tell you, I remember working in corporate and I would go home and give, the world or the people that I worked for 100% and come back and give everybody else 25%. When now I feel like I've reversed that, which is it makes it so much easier. But also, I'm as I mentioned before, and I will continue to say, being a podcast co-host doesn't mean that I'm the expert. I'm talking to the expert. And I too am learning much like the audience. And I love that. And so in 22 years, Simon, 22 years, what was your most significant learning experience?
Yeah, so sometimes I come, I work from home, so I don't come home, but I walk over to the kitchen after 9 hours of work and I'm
Mhm,
grumpy. And
mhm.
I'm grumpy. I'm going, I'm still thinking about something that went wrong here in the office, right?
Yes.
And so one thing that I learned is to not bring that to the dinner table. So now at the dinner table, before I say anything, we have a little ritual that we say. It's a little prayer which calms us down, because also my kids, they come with something from school or somebody bullied them and they come charged with something. And so instead of sitting down and charging away, we have a little ritual that calms us, and then we start an interview. What made you sad, mad, glad today? And everybody interviews everyone, and so we calm down and we are more grateful for the food that's on the table.
Absolutely. And I tell you, 22 years in business is, I would call it success. And then making it 22 years more would absolutely be a way of identifying success. So, of course, in my mindset and understanding your mindset, what's success to you?
Success to me is helping other people do what they want to do. So in my case, it's entrepreneurs, and so I help them solve the pipeline problem, because that's one vital element
Yeah.
in their life. With a good pipeline, everything else is manageable, and they will manage. With a bad pipeline, it's tough. It's tough. So that's my little contribution.
And as not to take up too much more of your time, but I do want to ask if you wouldn't mind sharing some tips that you have for entrepreneurs and business owners.
Yeah. So I've put together this little pricing power guide, 28 very specific things that they can implement this week. And I've put them on strategysprints.com/pricing power. It's free. They can download it. They can implement probably most of them and already have great results. If they want to go deeper, I will go to Amazon, buy the book Strategy Sprints, which goes even deeper into that and has checklists, etc. But maybe those 28 steps are enough already.
Do me one favor, Simon. Tell me one of those checklist items that could actually just bring others back. What's one?
One of them is think about what's coming for your clients in 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, and how can your service or product help them be ready for what's coming.
Ah, that's good. So sort of not per se looking into the future, but future serving that client. What would that look
Yeah.
like? Yeah.
Yes, so think of my boy asked me if he's allowed to pay for the chess game. And so I'm
Mhm.
thinking, what's coming for him in the next 18 months, 24 months? Well, he needs to be smart. He needs to think strategically, to think uh, two steps ahead and not just the next 15 minutes. And so, is it good for him? Absolutely, yes. This chess game is actually preparing him for what's coming for him. Because whatever he does, right? If he has a math school problem to solve, or if he's debating with friends, or even if he's mountain biking, has to think 3 steps ahead. Okay, if I jump now, what's behind that tree? So those are things that are coming for him, and will this chess game help him be ready for that? If it's just slightly a yes, I say,
Mhm.
yes, I have the budget, do it, pay for it. It's worth it. And so if we bring this to the business owners, they are not, let's say you sell a CRM or you build websites for them, right? They're not thinking so much, does this cost me $2,000 or $5,000? They're thinking, does it help me solve what I need to solve? And so if you are the expert and you have a deep knowledge about what's coming for them, and this is where you show your expertise. And if they feel, oh, these guys, they get it. They know what's coming for me. And this thing is designed to make me ready for that. Then price is secondary.
Thank you for being here today. I'm really happy that you tuned in to Vision Pros Live. I'm looking forward to seeing your reactions as these episodes continue to move forward. This is going to get more and more fun. We'll have more and more engagement as well. We'll invite people to participate in the show. And thank you for giving us your time and attention. Have an excellent time building out your vision and becoming a Vision Pro yourself.